The Trolls and the Treasure. Written by Jenna Bodnar. Illustrated by Thibodeau. Designed by Randy Snow Design. Once upon a time, there were two trolls named Fen and Ivy who lived in the forests of Pittsburgh. As everyone knows, trolls love treasure, and Fen and Ivy were always on the lookout for trinkets, treats, and other good things. One day, they came across a gleaming glass house called Phipps Conservatory.
Look at that beautiful castle!
Fen exclaimed.
Let's go inside and look for treasure.
They couldn't believe their luck as they entered the palm court, stared up at the towering palms, and smelled the fragrant blooms in the beds.
Wow!
There's definitely treasure in here,
said Fen.
You are correct,
said Venus.
This place is full of treasure if you know what you're looking for.
We're trolls!
Ivy said.
Of course we know how to look for treasure. Come on, Fen! Let's go find it!
Fen and Ivy found their way into the broderie room, where a basket of beautiful gardenias, petunias, begonias, and sweet potato vine hung above a wishing well.
Aha!
Said Ivy.
A wish must be the treasure!
They wandered through the beds of beautiful blooms and asked the three bronze ladies,
Is a wish the treasure of Phipps?
Treasures abound within these glass walls, but a wish is not the treasure at all,
said one lady.
Look once again and open your mind. Then
the treasure will be easy to find,
said another. Still determined, Fen and Ivy made their way to the fern room, where the scent of the plants filled the air.
I see the treasure!
Ivy exclaimed.
A chocolate tree,
said Fen.
There's no greater treasure than chocolate.
They hurried through the orchid room, past beautiful moth orchids and slipper orchids, and even the unusual Darwin orchid.
We found the treasure,
Fen announced with pride.
It must be chocolate.
Chocolate is a delicious treat, but it is not the treasure,
a butterfly said.
Keep looking. The treasure is all around you.
Thinking it was time to search outside, Fen and Ivy found themselves in the Discovery Garden.
What fun!
Ivy said as they waved from the top of a giant tree stump to a bee buzzing among the blooms. They played with a fountain while a hummingbird sipped from a zinnia plant, and they accompanied a cardinal's lovely song with a tune of their own.
We love playing in the garden. Is playtime the treasure of Phipps?
Fen said to the joyous boy.
Playing is fun and brings us all great joy,
said the boy.
But that is not the greatest treasure of Phipps.
Into the tropical forest they journeyed next. As they passed the cascading waterfall, they were stopped in their tracks by a most heavenly scent.
Look!
Said Ivy, pointing at a gardenia blooming among colorful firecracker plants.
The wonderful smell of the gardenia must be the treasure.
Excuse me, Mr. Koi,
said Fen to the fish.
Is the perfume of a gardenia the treasure? You're getting closer,
said the fish.
But you still haven't discovered the true treasure. Look again!
Fen and Ivy meandered through the lush landscapes behind the tropical forest and stopped at the lagoon. They noticed a frog sitting among lily pads, cattails, and water lilies. His head poked just above the water as he lazily ate a passing fly.
You have a lovely home, Mr. Frog.
Ivy said.
You have plenty of food and a big lagoon for swimming. Is the perfect home the treasure of Phipps?
My home is just right for me,
said the frog.
but a perfect home is not the treasure.
Exhausted from their day of play, Fen and Ivy returned to the palm court.
Venus, we give up.
Said Fen.
We didn't find the treasure.
Yes, you did.
Said Venus.
You just didn't notice it. You saw beautiful tropical plants and slipper orchids. You heard the cardinal's lovely song and the cascading waterfall. You wandered through lush landscapes and saw cattails and water lilies. Nature is the true treasure of Phipps, and it's a treasure you can find all around you every day if you take a moment to notice it.
Venus said.
We've been surrounded by treasure this whole time and never realized it.
Fen exclaimed.
Everyone has been surrounded by treasure this whole time.
Said Ivy.
Nature is everywhere.
They went home and told all of their friends the wonderful news. From that day on, all the trolls enjoyed the treasure of nature every day. And you can too.